All right. We're fucking here.
Hey, Twitch people. Hi.
Hey
Happy,
there, everybody. I feel like I
ha-
haven't seen everybody in forever.
you probably have.
I
Matt,
mean, not really. Oh, shit. I forgot to update the episode number on here.
I'm super skinny faced on the stream.
Oh, I have to. The way it is, because it blames Skype for it. It's all Skype's fault.
Do you even,
No,
I don't know. Do you even OBS, bro?
no. Blame Skype
Okay.
for that bullshit.
That's some bullshit, that's for sure. All right. You let me know when you're ready.
No,
We
I'm
can
ready,
start
man.
this
I'm ready.
You're ready?
We're recording. We're good.
All right. Everybody be quiet. Everybody be quiet. That's not being quiet when you fucking sigh. All right.
I'm meditating.
I need a gap in the waves, Matt, okay? In the waves. All right, ready?
Nope. Let's do this. Just go. Fuck it. We're doing it live. Fuck it. Go.
Matt, I
All right,
just need
go.
a gap in the waves for editing, bro. Shut up. All right, here we go. Ready?
Yep.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to this week's episode of the special Halloween edition of the VCR Gaming Podcast. I am one of your hosts, and somewhere digging through the ditches and burning through the witches and slamming in the back of his Dragula
Damn.
is my other host, Matthew. What's up, Matt?
Hey, not bad, but you didn't even mention your name. You just
I didn't?
You forgot to mention your name. Who
I
are
am
you?
one of the hosts. I'm Matt. Hi. I think
Hi.
it's the second time I've done that. It's been
Yeah.
a while. Deal with it.
I know, it has been a while. It's we really
Yeah.
suck at doing this shit.
We do, but like I feel more invigorated and energized now, and like we have so much content
Because
like,
there's
this is
actual
great.
games out right now that are good
There's
to play.
shit to do. Yeah, and I've got
Yeah.
to play games, and you've got to play games.
Yeah, even though I was playing World of Warcraft for the longest time, and oh my god, dude, I could do a whole episode on how much Blizzard is fucking up the latest expansion.
Oh, is it bad? Like, is it drama, or they just suck?
I mean, it's I know you haven't been a part of World of Warcraft and all that stuff, but for people who have played World of Warcraft will know that when I say that Battle for Azeroth is Warlords of Draenor 2.0, they will know exactly what I'm talking about. And that's a
some
bad thing.
inside baseball shit right
Yeah,
there.
and that's a bad thing. So
Okay. Well, maybe Matt, you'll bless us with a special episode.
I
Ooh.
should probably, yeah, just
Should.
do a solo shit.
should. Solo shit.
While I'm in the bathroom.
Generally, I shit solo. But you know, sometimes I leave the door open. I want others to experience the shit. You know,
Especially my cats.
you can't shut doors with them, dude.
No, because they'll just fucking open them. Yeah. So what's up, man? How you been doing? How was your Halloween? Tonight.
You know, just like we were talking about a little bit ago, it was fine. It's just bugs, man. Like fucking mosquitoes are so bad. You said you didn't have that problem.
No, not really. And we were out for like 2 hours from like 6 to 8.
So the rich neighborhoods that Matt goes to, where he trick or treats, where he with his kids,
The rich neighborhoods.
there's too much blue blood, so they can't. The mosquitoes don't eat it, so they're not
Yes.
even there. They would all die if there was mosquitoes in that neighborhood. So,
Yes, the blue blood.
the blue-blooded neighborhood. Yes. Yeah, no, it was pretty good. The kids got an ass ton of candy because we started
Oh my
early.
god, yeah.
That happened with you too?
Oh yeah. So
Yeah.
much candy. I love tax time for parents.
So that was cool. A bunch of family came over. My neighborhood is popping for Halloween. Like,
Oh, I bet, man, because you guys are like really closed off, and it's such a small neighborhood too.
well, it's crazy, dude. People come from other neighborhoods here,
Yep.
though.
That's what, because we go to my mom's neighborhood, Rainbow Woods, and that's what people do. You'll see them.
Shout out Rainbow Woods.
Yeah, shout out. Holla at your girl, and yeah, you'll see the same shit. People just line up to get into these neighborhoods.
There was this neighborhood we used to go to called Hidden Lakes. This is the second time this week I've talked to you about this neighborhood, actually. But so this neighborhood, Hidden Lakes, is like a plain community, and they got money. We used to go there. I remember when I was like real little, my aunt and uncle would take me and all my little jit cousins there, and like some people would give out like full blown candy bars, dude, like full size. Yeah, like they just like they were like so rich they didn't like understand things. They just went to like Sam's Club and just bought like like the massive things for like restaurants and gas stations, and they would just
Yeah.
literally like, here's a whole Snickers. Like the first time you look in your pocket, like, is this for real right now?
Dude, they've got some good shit if you get full size candy bars.
I'll never forget it, dude. I had like 3 of them full size in there. Like one of them was like a king size, dude. It was fucked up.
Damn,
It was
man.
fucked up. How was it for you, man?
So I've got a little bit of a rant. This is a Zuby rant incoming.
Okay.
I will say this year there wasn't as many people in Rainbow Woods as there have been in previous years, because we've been trick-or-treating there for 6 years now, and there weren't a lot of people at all this time, which was really surprising. So my little rant is, I was driving back home, and so usually when I'm walking these roads, right, I know it's really crowded and busy, and if a car comes, I'll do my very best to get on the side of the road and get out of the way of the car. But no, since it's fucking Halloween, everybody's like, oh, there's a car coming, I'm just gonna fucking keep walking in
They're
front
gonna
of
have
you.
to deal with it.
Yeah, you're gonna have to deal with it. Like, are you fucking stupid? Like, I had
yes.
2 times I was driving, because there'd be a little break in between of people, right? Where, because there'd be like crowds, and then you get past it, you drive 1.2 miles an hour. Yes, I calculated.
You were timing it with a stopwatch.
Yes. So there's a little break in crowds, and then you drive up a little bit faster, like fast as in, okay, I'm going 10 miles an hour now. And then people just all of a sudden just walk right in front of your car for no fucking regard for their own well-being. Like, how fucking stupid are you? And it's parents too, not just kids. I would expect that from kids, but no, it's fucking grown-ass adults. Like,
bro,
they're just waiting to be hit.
When I had to go to my kids, like they did like a parade thing at school today. I had to go to this morning.
I'm sorry.
And dude, like, because they're all about security now, so like there's the line to get in to get like checked off, I guess, or verified or whatever. It was the same thing, Matt. Like people were in, I had to go. There's only one way to go, and it's a street, and people are standing in it, and they looked over at me, and then they looked away. It's like, move. I have to drive through. Like, you're not going anywhere.
Like, you're inconveniencing them for having to move 2 feet, right?
But it's like you're standing in a line that's not moving. Like, how long do you expect me to wait here? Like, I have to get in that line too, you fucks. Yeah,
it's so frustrating,
worst, man. At least like when kids are in your way when you're in the car, they usually don't realize it, and when they do, they jump and move. Parents, like, they're the worst, dude. They give 0 fucks. Like, they always think they're entitled, and they're the ones that are fucking right, and you know what I mean? Ugh.
Oh my god, dude. God. So I had to go back to my house at one point of the night, just to pick up something real quick, and then drive back to my mom's house, because we only live a mile apart. So,
okay,
dude. So I'm driving back, trying to turn into my mom's driveway, and there's just these crowds of people just in my mom's driveway, and I have my blinker on, and no one's fucking moving. I wait about 10 seconds, like, okay, maybe they're waiting for their kids or whatever. Nope. They're just standing there doing nothing, and I have to roll down my window like, hey, do you mind?
Did you say that?
Oh, yeah, like, hey, do you mind? I got to park here. And they're just like, oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're fucking sorry.
You're sorry. Fuck you with your lies, you lying ass fucking liars.
No, it just gets me that people can be so oblivious to where, like I said, I make sure I do an actual effort of, hey, there's cars coming. Hey, let me get the fuck out of the way, I don't want to get hit. Nope. Or at least, it's so frustrating.
Oh, dude, I lived it, bro.
Yeah.
There's a Halloween party like 3 houses down, and it's super, super duper pissing me off because they're super loud. Like, that's how old I am. I'm like,
oh my god,
it's like 9:30. I'm like, turn that fucking shit down.
Dude, I'm that way when I'm driving in a car now, because I don't really blast my music anymore. It's a rare occasion where I'll blast it, and I'm listening to some rap or some shit, and I'm like, I gotta get that fucking beat, man. You know what I mean? But
motherfucker, you listen to like the same shit I do. Like, your shit's on like warm 94.9, and your fingers are bopping to the music on the steering wheel. I know, because I get in your car, motherfucker. I know how you do. You got Delilah on and shit. I miss Delilah. I should start listening to her again.
No, but no, it's even loud music in cars bother the hell out of me. So
Just old, bro.
I know.
We're old and fucking crotchety, you know.
I know. I'm already getting all the gray hairs and shit.
Yeah, I'm looking at that neighborhood on Google Maps. It's densely populated. That's where you want to be, man. Like,
Yeah.
oh, everybody has a pool, so you know they all have good candy too. When there's that many pools,
Wait, what are you looking at?
neighborhood you were trick or treating in?
Oh yeah, yeah,
Rainbow,
yeah, man.
Rainbow Woods, Loop, Holla.
Yeah, holla at your rainbow. No,
I
but
didn't realize that I'm not gonna super shout it out. Like people can figure it out if they really want to, but I didn't realize where that was. That's what that was called. I guess that neighborhood.
It's been around forever.
There's an old family friend of my mom's that lives back in there that we house sat for. All right. Anyways, so Matt, Halloween is the thing.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad it's over because as soon as I get back from Georgia, that Monday I'm getting the Christmas decorations down.
Oh, oh my God, you're not.
I'm
around,
fucking serious. I am so excited about Christmas this year.
Huh?
I was already singing Christmas carols tonight while walking down the street to go trick or treating.
You're a fucking trip, Zuby. I swear to
Dude,
God.
I'm pumped. I'm excited. I'm ready for this shit.
Uh,
Yes, I am that person. All right, Kendra, you're right. I am.
Did you dress up?
No, I didn't dress up this year.
No.
Normally I try to dress up, do a little something with the kids and all that, but I didn't feel like it. And plus, I did so much driving today. I'm like, I didn't feel like fucking doing anything.
I hear you, man. That's true.
Yeah.
I keep saying I'm gonna do something and I don't.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah, normally I do. Like last year I dressed up as a pirate. Then 2 years before that I dressed up as a pirate. Because pirates are really easy to dress up as.
Everybody, you have the stuff you need to be a pirate, you know?
Yeah.
Like it's there. Chris, he was on the secret lost episode where we went to hunt down Super NES Classics, my brother-in-law there.
Oh yeah. I thought you were talking about our Chris, the one from work.
No. They have an almost 2-year-old, my niece, and she's Tinkerbell, and so he dressed up as Peter Pan. It was actually kind of cute. He fucking committed. Like he had the full-blown Peter Pan on, bro. It was impressive.
Man. That's cool.
It was impressive.
I saw some pretty decent costumes out there. I saw was it someone dressed up like Godzilla?
Ooh.
I saw, oh god, what else?
There's tons of those like blow up T-Rex things. Like,
yeah,
that's such a thing now.
Oh my god, no. This was a full blown Godzilla suit. This wasn't a T-Rex thing or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The other one I saw a whole family dress up like Mario, Bowser, Luigi, Wario, Princess Peach, Daisy, and all that shit.
Oh,
it was
that's
really cute.
sick.
Yeah.
I saw a kid that was a Mario Kart, like Kart and Mario, like sticking out of the top. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah. No, but
there was a lot of Fortnite shit that I didn't understand because I don't play enough Fortnite.
I think I saw some too, but I don't even know what that game is.
You're like, what's this newfangled anime character from them computer games?
Oh man. I only play a certain type of game, and that's solitaire on my phone, all right? This is VCR phone solitaire gaming, all right?
I tried that Brick Breaker one time. It blew my fucking mind. I couldn't even handle it.
Let me tell you what, all right?
These new kids with their newfangled Tetris.
Oh my god. Bro, so let's get into some fucking video games. Do we want to get into what we've been playing before we get into the main... I guess the two meat topics we have tonight are PlayStation Classic and Red Dead Redemption 2, which...
Fucking A, dude.
And then, yeah, I guess we can get... Do you want to get into what we've been playing besides the biggin?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So I'll go first. I haven't played as many games as you have besides Red Dead, but I picked up Mega Man 11 for the Switch. When did it come out? Back in September?
It's been a minute.
Yeah.
It's been a minute,
or
yeah.
August or something?
Yep.
Because we haven't done an episode in forever now.
It's been 1 week, dude. We do it every week. You can tell because I start the episodes off by saying this week's episode.
Oh, you're right. You're right. So picked up Mega Man 11. I hated it at first. And that's because playing it on the Joy-Con is terrible. It is so bad.
That, dude, come on.
Well,
you should have known better, bro.
You have to use the D-pad for that game, or at least I did. I could not.
Oh, I can't play any Mega Man with an analog stick.
Oh, I can with like Mega Man 8 though, because
Really?
I mean that one was on PlayStation 1, so I can do Mega Man 8 with an analog, but the D-pad is better,
Yeah,
obviously.
that's the
But
move for sure.
but Mega Man 11, thinking, oh, okay, hey, they're updated now or whatever. You think the analog is going to be good? No, it's shit. So I hated the game at first until I played it in docked mode and was actually playing on the Pro controller with an actual real analog pad,
Right.
or not analog D-pad. I mean, yeah.
D-pad, yeah.
And so the game got better. I will say I'm not a fan of a lot of the level design in the game. There are a few levels that are really, really good, like Acid Man, and hold on, let me pull up the bosses again.
I love the boss names in all Mega Mans. They're so good. It's like fucking Paperclip Man and Plaster Man.
Oh my god, come on.
Gasoline Man. That'd be cool.
Gasoline Man.
Barbecue Grill Lighter Man.
Oh, where is it? Hold on, let me just look up Mega Man boss order.
And honestly, the fact that you said you hated it at first, I bet you anything, even if the controls are right, you still would have did that because Zuby, you hate everything.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
That's how you live your life.
Oh, I know. But no, Acid Man was a really fun stage. Impact Man, and what was it? Torch Man. Those are the 3 levels that were really good in it. A lot of the other, and this is what I don't like. Ever since Mega Man 9, Mega Man 9 is when they went back to 8-bit. And ever since they've gone back to, Mega Man 9, 10, and now 11, each stage has a really ridiculously stupid hard part in each stage. And Mega Man 11 is no different from what they're doing with that. And I hate it because, I mean, it's one of those things where, oh, you'll learn to master it as you keep doing it over and over again. But sometimes it's so ridiculously.
But isn't that kind of the point of Mega Man, though? Like, that's even the new ones, like, they've kept that. They haven't made it too easy. Like, isn't that the point? Or am I missing that?
It's not that it's too. So I guess what I'm trying to say is they ramp up the difficulty in, like, one part of each stage. Ever since Mega Man 9, they've been doing that. Where it goes from like, okay, this is a pretty easy stage.
I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden, my God, this is like Dark Souls level 3 hard or something, And
I'm looking at Acid Man right now, and the only previous exposure I have to this game is I did watch My Life in Gaming. I watched them do a live Sunday stream where they played it, and this was the level that I saw, the Acid Man one.
Yeah.
Like where like the things like this, they're like syringes. They're like shooing.
Yeah,
it changes
pretty
the
neat.
Acid to harmful. Yeah. It's pretty cool actually.
Like I said,
I think
those levels were good. All the boss fights are so okay. Before I get in the boss fights, there's a new system that Mega Man has, the gear system, where you either slow time down or you make your items a lot more powerful.
I saw that. The time thing is nice.
Yeah, it's nice. The thing I don't like about it is in each stage, you're forced to use one of the gear systems. And I'm almost of one of those kinds of people where I have beaten the first 8 Mega Mans with using nothing but the Mega Buster. So I like to try to challenge myself of, okay, I don't want to have to use, certain items and all that stuff.
And that's honestly, that's the way Mega Man should be. You should be able, and you kind of have to be able to do that because you don't know which boss you're supposed to go to first to unlock certain abilities, right? If you go the wrong path, I mean, chances are you're using that anyways.
Yep.
So that's a good point, Matt. So forcing you to, no way to progress without using one of those abilities is sort of un-Mega Man-like.
Yeah, and I'm not a fan of it. You have to get used to using the gear system, and once you do, it becomes pretty easy. The overall difficulty of the game, like I said, besides the stupid hard parts in all the levels, I wasn't that impressed with the difficulty of the bosses. Once again, it's very much of once you learn the patterns of the bosses,
the tells of what they're about to do. Yeah,
it's pretty easy. And I gotta say, this is the most disappointing Dr. Wily fight ever. Usually I always die a few times against Dr. Wily because same thing, you got to learn the patterns of his fight. This is the first time I've ever faced a Dr. Wily brand new and beat him in one shot. And
that's definitely a letdown.
Yeah, and when I beat him, I'm like, wait, is that it? Am I missing something? And I had to, because I didn't play it on the hardest difficulty. I played it on whatever the normal difficulty is, and I had to double check and make sure, like, oh no, that was it. That was the game. That was the whole boss. I didn't miss some secret ending or some shit.
You took the easy path or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's overall, I rank it slightly above Mega Man 8, which I ranked the worst Mega Man game.
Okay, how much better is it than Mighty Number 9?
Oh, I mean, Mighty Number 9 is a sack of pickle shit compared to, Mega Man 11.
It's a 6-chin bag of cat piss.
Yes. Yeah. No, Mega Man. I don't even want to think about that. Why are you making me think of that? I completely forgot about that game.
Well, I have to because
terrible.
Everybody's drawing comparisons to it.
Yeah.
Because
I can see why, though. I can see why, because
the
graphically,
creator of Mega Man made Mighty Number 9.
Well, not only that, but graphically they look kind of similar.
They are very similar in graphical styles.
Mega Man
yes.
11 looks better than 9, or Mighty Number 9, I should say, but it's, I don't know. I haven't played them, I haven't played Mega Man 11, but I've seen quite a bit of gameplay now at this point. Actually, I think Mega Man 11 looks closer to what Mega Man should look like, but I think that Mighty Number 9 looks better graphically as a game. It's a shitty game. Like, I'm not trying to say it's better, but graphically they do a little bit more with that. But Mega Man 11 being a Mega Man, and it looks more, even though it's like that modern shit, once you play through it a bit, you're like, no, this is Mega Man. You know what I mean? Like, Mighty Number 9 never felt like Mega Man to me. I don't know. Yeah, it never did. No, so that's Mega Man 11. Do I recommend it? I'd only really recommend it for hardcore Mega Man lovers like I am.
Wow. Okay.
Other than that, I don't know. You're better off getting the Mega Man Legacy collection for the Switch than Mega Man 11, to be honest.
Okay. All right. That makes sense.
You'll get more bang for your buck with the Legacy collection than you will with this.
Word. What else, Matt?
The other Switch game that I played, I haven't really been playing this a whole lot. It's more of a...
I played this with you.
Yeah, you did play it with me on a plane to Las Vegas.
What?
Name
Tis
drop.
a silly place. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Tis a silly place.
Tis a fucking scumbag, sleazebag place.
It really is.
And that was Mario Party. And it's actually... I haven't, like I said, I haven't played it solo or anything. I've only played it with the kids, and it brings back Mario Party back to its form of what it was like back in the olden days. I mean, granted, it's not making your palms bleed or anything like that or giving you blisters, but it really reminds me of old school Mario Party, and I like it so far.
I do. Okay, so we only played one full game of it, and what I suspect, I think you actually might have alluded to this too, Matt, but what I suspect is that the level that we had the computer set to is a little too easy. Yeah. But I think that if you go up a level, you're going to get fucked. The computer already has the edge. I don't know. Is that true? Have you ramped the difficulty up?
No, because I'm only playing with the kids, so it's
true.
And we haven't even unlocked all the mini games yet, so we're still learning them all. And I feel like once we get all the mini games unlocked and know them better, we can ramp the difficulty up. And I mean, like I said, what's more to really be said with a Mario Party game? It's definitely fun for other people. I wasn't a fan at first of it only being able to be played with Joy-Cons, but after playing it, I see why. Because a lot of the mini games require, certain motions with the Joy-Cons that you wouldn't be able to do on the Pro controller. The only downside to that is now I need to buy some more Joy-Cons, essentially.
Should you do that though? Because they suck at so many other things. Should you just get Pro controllers? I've really seriously thought about this.
Well, you can't use Pro controllers on Mario Party.
You can't?
No, it only works with Joy-Cons.
What kind of...
Well, it's because a lot of the movements in a lot of the mini games
require the... Okay.
And you wouldn't be able to do that with a Pro controller. So, I mean, So I'm gonna have to probably drop another what are they, $60-$70 or something?
A set of Joy-Cons say about like $80, man.
Fuck.
Per set. I know.
I might as well just buy a new Switch.
I bought a set at launch, and I don't know, man. I guess now thinking about it though, there are games that I'm not gonna be able to play if I had just an army of Pro remotes. But I almost wish I would have saved $20 and got another Pro remote. Huh. Interesting.
No, but that's pretty much it for Mario Party. I mean, if you want a good party game to play with your kids or with other people, it's definitely worth it. I want to, like, if you ever get the game, I want to try to do, there's a bunch of mini games that you can play where you hook up two Switches together. You just lay them down and you figure out the alignment of them, and you can play games that way, as long as the other person has Mario Party as well. So if you ever get that, let me know and we can try that.
I probably will pick it up. I've been wanting a good group type game for the Switch. I like the game, Matt. I think it's really good. I think it's fun. I think you nailed it with your description of it being, a throwback to the old school Mario Party games. And there's tons more that we didn't see when we played it. So
there's
really still, none of those mini games sucked. I don't think.
No, so far I haven't really come across that I haven't really disliked. I mean, obviously there's ones I like better, but none that I'm like, oh god, I can't stand playing this game. Not yet, at least.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's pretty much it for Mario Party. The other game that I picked up was Call of Duty Black Ops 4, and holy shit, I've been playing that a lot with my wife. She and I used to play a lot of Black Ops 1 and 2 zombie mode back in the day. And so we didn't play Black Ops 3 together, but we have been playing Black Ops 4 Zombies, and we have been freaking myrtleizing it. And zombies, aka zombies, are myrtleizing us.
Yeah, there you go. What about you said you were doing the Titanic one?
Yeah, it's called Voyage of Despair, and holy shit. So, I mean, just like any other zombie mode in previous Call of Duties, you gotta figure out a way to escape and, survive the zombie horde, and you gotta do a series of tasks and all that stuff, and it's just a lot of fun. There are some issues that I've noticed with the local split screen. It's prevalent a little bit in zombie mode, where everything seems to lag a little bit in local multiplayer.
Really?
Or local zombie multiplayer. But when you do local multiplayer, or if you go online and do split screen multiplayer, Jesus Christ, the lag is so bad. It's terrible. And I thought maybe, it's the PS4 struggling to keep up, but no, it's just whatever network optimization they have is just not working when it comes to split screen.
We know that the PlayStation Network is fucking shit.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's apparently also happening on Xbox too. Apparently.
Oh, really? So it's something on there, and then Treyarch, I think, is a developer for this one. So it's something on them. Oh, okay. It doesn't seem like it. I mean, you would think it's the PlayStation struggling, but if you play it local and it's fine, then it's not. Plus, you have a Pro, Matt. Like,
I know.
It really should not struggle. For any of that. It kind of
makes me disgusted.
Well, we'll get in. I have some shit to say about non-pro PlayStations and the direction I'm heading in when we get to Red Dead in a little bit.
All right. But yeah, I mean,
you like it? You recommend it as a shooter?
If you like Call of Duty games, and especially the Black Ops series, I feel like this Black Ops game has been much better than Black Ops 3. I'm enjoying it way more than I did the third one. It's not as good as 1 or 2, but it's still, I mean, I'd rank it the third best. I mean, there's only 4, so.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But it's definitely a lot of fun, though.
Well, now I have to make you talk about something you probably don't want to talk about, but it's sort of a popular thing with this, so I think you should at least address it since you're the only one on the show that's played it, Battle Royale mode and that.
So, I don't like playing it solo, because Battle Royale is always more fun with other people. So there's some other people that I've grouped up with that I talk on Twitter with about Magic, and we played a few games of Battle Royale with squads, and it's pretty fun. I mean, we did absolutely terrible every single time, but just for joking around and having fun, it was, not too bad. I do like that it appears to go quicker compared to like PUBG, where it feels it can slow down to a crawl. It felt about the same speed and pace as Fortnite.
So are the maps smaller than PUBG? Because that's one of the reasons why PUBG is so slow.
If I had to guess, yes, it feels like it's almost the same, I guess, about the same size as Fortnite, maybe.
Okay.
Like I don't know. I don't play enough of the games to really compare, but
so I mean, you have played them all though, but
yeah.
so rank them then: PUBG, Fortnite, Call of Duty, Black Ops 4. Rank the battle royale.
For ones that I would rather play, I would choose Black Ops 4 at number 1.
Okay.
Then Fortnite, then PUBG is last.
Interesting. So you guys heard it here. Somebody who does not like battle royale games just gave you the rankings. So take that shit to the bank.
Yeah, and the one thing I don't like what they do with this, and I understand why they do it, is it's extremely hard to level up in the blackout mode, the battle royale mode. You have to actually kill people or make top 10 to even rank up.
What does it matter though? Like in a game where you come in with nothing, is it just for cosmetic shit? Like what's the leveling do?
It's more cosmetic. You can change your player skin and all that stuff, and plus it's for achievements as well. If you're an achievement grinder,
achievements.
So, yes.
Do the achievements show up on your Apple Watch?
Probably.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Cool, man.
But yeah, that's Black Ops, man.
Okay. Yeah, I'll probably end up grabbing that here this holiday season.
It's definitely worth. I mean, it's a fun, pick-me-up shooter. That's why I always like Call of Duty games. It's if I just want to get a quick game in and I don't have, an hour to spend playing a game like Red Dead.
I like the feel of a Call of Duty, like the mechanics of the actual, like the control and the shooting is, to me, is the easiest to jump into. And like you could have not played Call of Duty for quite a while and jump in and it takes you like a match and you're like, oh, I've got my muscle memory back on this. This is exactly how I remember it.
Mm-hmm.
At least that's my experience with Call of Duty, where I feel like every time I get in a battlefield or anything else, it's always like training myself to it,
Yeah, no, I mean, that's why I like Call of Duty, because it's a twitch shooter. You gotta react fast, and I've definitely noticed, the older I get, I'm not anywhere near as fast as I used to be. I'm just
so you're never gonna be a pro gamer. You're never gonna be sponsored.
No, because I actually have a career, so I've got a real job, So, anyways, so what about you, man? What have you been playing?
I played a lot. I don't need to go in depth on a lot of it though, but I do want to mention it just because it has been a while. And so the first thing is I wanted to have a shooter on the Vita. I haven't been playing enough of the Vita, and we went to Vegas. I needed something, it's like 4.5 hour flight. So I picked up Borderlands 2. Something interesting. So first thing everybody's going to say is that game sucks on Vita. Like that's like the known thing. But what I can tell you is that it sucked at launch and got bad reviews. If you read up on it, they did a bunch of patches. And the last patch was like last month. Like they're still working on the game, and all the problems that they had at launch, they've actually addressed. So it's actually the only Borderlands game I've ever played. Have you played Borderlands at all, Matt?
I played the first one, but the game gave me motion sickness, and I couldn't continue on. I wanted to keep playing because it was fun, but I was literally wanting to puke after playing for about 10-15 minutes.
Yeah, that's not doable then.
Yeah, we've talked about this before. Certain FPS games, I can't handle it.
It's a certain way the head bob goes, and I know. So like Marcel at work was, he played Borderlands, and he used to have a Vita, and he played it on there, and he didn't have anything nice to say about it on the Vita, but loved Borderlands and was just upset that it didn't get a good port to the Vita. But from my experience, from what I've played, it's not bad. It's totally an RPG first person shooter.
Yeah.
It reminds me a lot of like I don't mean this negatively, but like a shittier Fallout, like it lacks a little bit in the items and crafting Although
Yeah.
there's tons of items, man. Like,
Well, it kind of
which is
reminded
pretty
me
cool.
of Diablo in first person mode.
Okay, yeah, you could make the comparison to Diablo in first person mode and shooting guns. Yeah, it would
Yeah.
be a lot closer to that. That's probably fair. So, I liked it. I think I got it for like $14 at a GameStop with the right case for it.
Damn.
Yeah, so if you guys are, skeptical about it and you have a Vita or you want, you're in handhelds and you want to look for a cool shooter that's deep and going to take you a while, it's a good one, man. It's entertaining too. Like it's written really well and it's voice acted decently. I don't
Yeah.
know. The last thing I played was not voice acted well on the Vita, which was
Yeah,
Persona.
Persona,
So
yeah.
yeah, so I mean, take that with a grain of salt. But like the robot that like kind of takes you through in the beginning is like in part of the tutorial and stuff. Like he's fucking hilarious.
Oh my
Like
god,
it's
what's
pretty
his name
ridiculous.
again? The little garbage guy?
Yeah, I can't remember, but it's pretty funny. Like I was actually laughing like on the plane, like playing that
Yeah.
shit. So, yeah, I mean, I can't complain. Yeah, the controls can be wonky because it makes you use the touchpads on the back because it doesn't
Mm-hmm.
have two shoulder buttons. But if you adjust the way you hold it, like you realize how it was made to be held, actually, I think,
Yeah.
and actually it's fine. So, pretty cool. The next thing that I've been playing, I actually have 23 hours into, Matt. Believe it or not. And as Doom, I think I actually started this on the last episode we did.
Yeah.
But it sat for quite a while, and I just was like, I want to play shit on my computer, blah, blah, blah. I bought Doom already. So I've been playing the shit out of it. I'm at the very end of the game. I've
Nice.
replayed some stuff on it to try to like that's why I have so many hours. Like I've replayed some stuff to try to like, because it doesn't tell you what the goals are until you finish it.
Does it? It
So,
doesn't?
not that I saw, or at least it
Oh.
doesn't tell you up front. I don't know. What I'll do
Yeah, I
is I'll
don't
play
remember.
through, I'll see what I missed and be like, oh shit, I know how to do that, and I'll replay it. Um, that game is really decent. It's not super deep, but feels well. It controls well.
It's pretty tough too.
Graphically, it's the perfect level of toughness, Matt.
Yeah.
You know what too? It's the perfect level of toughness that the first time you play it through, you play it on normal, you're gonna die, you're gonna have to redo things,
Oh
but it's
yeah.
just enough that it keeps you wanting more and keep doing it. But once you've learned something, you can kind of fly through, especially when you learn like where enemies are gonna be and the best way to defeat them
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But when you ramp it up to the next level, it brings that all right back full circle. It's sort of brilliant in this way. That's kind of hard to balance that kind of shit from time to time in games. And I really think they nailed it. So I know I'm super late to this, and I know you reviewed it on the show already.
Yeah.
But I like it, and I've put quite a bit of time into it. And
You need to
my
beat it.
I will. Red Dead's kind of
Oh, I
winning
know.
me right now, but so that being said, my little shitty pre-made Dell hack together gaming PC runs that shit at like 115 frames a second solidly. So
pretty
and
terrible.
max settings.
It's pretty terrible.
So-
It needs to be higher.
Yeah, I wish. But
144 frames.
I'm actually. I mean, that's what my monitor is. I mean, sometimes it hits that, but yeah. So anyway, pretty cool. I put a lot of time into it, and yeah, it's great, and it's cheap too. Like you can get it really cheap, and when the new one comes out, I'm sure they'll
Oh,
have a
I'm
sale.
getting that one. Oh hell.
Yeah,
I'm getting-
I'm sold now. I definitely
Yeah.
will. But is it a must buy? Yeah. Is it a must buy like immediately? No. Like wait till it goes on sale. But you should definitely experience it if you haven't. That's my recommendation.
I think I waited until it was half price on Steam when I bought it, because I've been a huge Doom fan since I was a kid.
Oh, me and you both, bro. We beat
Doom-
this up on the first
Oh,
person shooter episode. Yeah.
Yeah, Doom 1 was my first FPS, and then Wolfenstein as well. And then, yeah, man, I fucking love it.
And then Duke Nukem.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Hill Climb Racing on iOS. This is a game I've been playing for years. Specifically,
Oh,
I'm right now.
is that stupid little
Yeah.
dirt bike game or something that you
It's
play?
not Dirt Bike, no, but the
Or-
one you see me play, yeah. I'm actually playing Hill Climb Racing 2 currently. That's the
Oh my
one
God.
where you can play online with people. But
Oh, okay.
I've been addicted to that game for years on the phone since the first one, and I don't know if you like like ATV and four-wheeler type games like from back in the day. or you like Excite Bike or shit like that, it's kind of a lot like Excite Bike actually. If I had to compare it,
Oh, okay.
I don't know. It's a great, fun little pickup game, and the thing is, too, Matt, I've played it since before they made it super like pay to win, so I have like a really good head start on that game.
Yeah.
So that helps a lot too. But man, I play that shit in every free moment. I'm getting like legendary status on every month. Every month they do like a new season, and yeah, I can't stop playing that shit. It like murks my phone battery.
I can't do those games anymore, man. Like, I have not found a mobile game that has held my attention for more than 5 minutes
Dude, I don't
forever.
typically game on my phone. In fact, I hadn't
Yeah.
even played Hill Climb in like a year, and I picked it up again like 2 months ago. I agree, and this one just gets me. I
Yeah.
don't know why.
No, I know what you mean. For the longest time, I remember when I first got my iPhone, dude, I was addicted to solitaire forever. I had like 5,000 games played of solitaire.
Holy shit! Oh my god.
Yeah. So I know what you mean. It's stupid games like that you just get addicted to.
The next one is Spiderman, which should have been on your list too, Matt.
Oh, yeah, I forgot to put that on there. Yeah, I played
Um,
Spider-Man.
I've played very little of it, and that's because Aiden has beat the living fuck out of that game, and
Yeah.
I've been there along the ride with him, and I've helped him. And I mean, for the most part, I really don't help him. I mean, I might help him here or there, but so I've seen enough of it that like it. Honestly, it kind of sucks to do it that way because like I don't want
Yeah.
to play it now.
No, I know what you mean. But
Because
it's
it's just
such
the
a
same
good game,
story.
though.
It is. It is. It's beautiful too.
I enjoyed the hell out of that game, man.
It looks good. It's done well. The acting is phenomenal. It's very satisfying to play.
Yes.
Like the swinging around, they really fucking nailed it. And you can get power up shit for that too. Like
Mhm.
yeah, impressive. Everybody's. I don't really want to go too deep into Spider-Man because we should have did an episode on that when it was more timely. Everybody's kind of beat this up now, but if you don't know, it's definitely worth getting.
Yeah.
It's really freaking good. It's great. Your kids can play it. Like my son's like 96% in the main story, and the first DLC came out, and in the first day he hit like 85%.
Yeah, I was God, before I quit playing, I was like 85% completed with everything.
Oh, so you're deep into it then.
Yeah, that I mean, not the DLC or anything. I didn't purchase the season pass or anything like that, but
Right,
dude,
right.
I got hooked on that game, and I wish that game was a movie because it was that entertaining.
It could be. Yeah, no, it's very entertaining. And that's, sitting there even just watching Aiden play it, like everybody that's around is like captivated. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? When you're doing story shit, when you're just doing, constant like, clear out, what do you call them?
Oh,
What do they call the mission?
The gang hideouts or
Yeah,
the
yeah,
side mission or
Yeah, that kind of shit is, not fun unless you're playing it, but
yeah.
yeah, pretty cool. Check it out, guys. And then of course Mario Party, I played that shit with you.
Yo.
So Matthew, it's time
To
It
talk
is time.
about PlayStation Classic.
Yeah, let's do that first.
We can do that
Yeah.
first because
Yep.
that's not going to be as long as the Red Dead.
Yep. So, I already bought it.
I'm sorry.
I bought it before I knew what the games were because the full library is released now. Yeah, I'm a little disappointed in the games.
I'm sorry.
I'm not disappointed in the console. I'm not. It doesn't make me want it any less. It doesn't mean I'm not gonna play it. Like I don't mean it that way. It's just can I have a rant really quick?
Sure.
How the fuck are you gonna be Sony and you're gonna have Gran Turismo as a fucking exclusive and it not be on your classic console?
Oh, that is right.
How the fuck?
Why
That is like
the
one of
fuck?
the claims to fame, and it's Ridge Racer 4. Are you fucking kidding me? Right? I'm cursing so much, you guys. I'm passionate about my PlayStation. And how you not gonna have your own exclusives? I get why Crash isn't on there. I completely get it. It was just re-released. They don't necessarily own the rights to it, but they did have a ported like a couple levels of it in Uncharted recently. Like there's no need to throw it on there right now. I get the Crash thing, but to leave out something like Gran Turismo or like Matt, they gave us what do you call it? Twisted Metal, but not Twisted Metal 2.
Yeah, which was really surprising because Twisted Metal 2 was the more popular one, if I remember
That was
correctly.
the game. No, you're 100% right. Like, Twisted Metal 1 is fine, but in a world where
it was
Metal 2
fun
exists,
as hell when it came out, but I remember when 2 came out, everybody was like, Twisted Metal 1, what?
well, more people bought 2 than 1,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. I think eventually 1 outsold 2 because when they made it the classic, like the $20, remember they did like the green, yeah. I think it eventually outsold it, but when it was out and when people were playing that shit, 2 was it. And I don't know, man. It's a huge letdown for me. That they could have did better, I guess. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm really not. I know you hate it, Matt, but I'm stoked for it still. They could have did so much better, man. I don't know. What do you think, Matt?
Well, so let's just go over the selections of games they have here, at least for the American version, and then I want to compare that to the Japanese version.
Okay.
So the first game we have here is Battle Arena Toshinden. I've never played that before, so
Me either.
I can't comment on it. But it is the fighting game that they have here. Oh, and
they have Tekken though. Tekken 3.
They have Tekken 3.
Which everybody knows is Tekken 2. Like,
yeah,
what?
That also was like, what the fuck?
I don't understand.
Cool Borders 2. Never played it before, but snowboarding games at the time were pretty popular. So
Cool Borders 2 is okay. I can't remember if it's the best one or not, but it's fine. Is it a must-have on a classic system?
No. Destruction Derby? Why have Destruction Derby? Why not just have Twisted Metal as the
smash 'em up car game?
Yeah. Or was Carmageddon ever on PlayStation?
I don't know. That's a great thought. Probably not. I think it would have been a PS2 title.
No. Carmageddon was a old game from like 95 or 96.
Yeah, but it was a PC game, wasn't it? So
was it only PC?
It might have been two. It looks.
Oh no! It was on PlayStation.
Holy shit! It is. There it is. Yep.
Yeah. So why Destruction Derby and not Carmageddon? I mean, I don't know.
Licensing.
Yeah.
But you have to look at things like, well, you have no problems getting, a lot of these third parties involved, like Capcom, like Square, like really, like we couldn't get. I don't know, Matt. It's super depressing,
Yeah, and then of course we have Final Fantasy VII. That's fine,
Fuck that game. All they did was trick me into buying Final Fantasy VII again.
Yeah,
if I'm honest. Like,
for $100.
It's the most I've ever paid for Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, I know, right? And this one, the next one, Grand Theft Auto 2 is so much better than Grand Theft Auto 1.
I'm gonna go ahead and disagree with you.
Really?
Graphically, Grand Theft Auto 2 is leaps and bounds better. Grand Theft Auto 1 is more. It was more groundbreaking. It was more of a shock. Like 2 was the natural evolution of it that you would have expected.
Yeah.
And honestly, I'm gonna say none of them that we just said are the best top-down version of Grand Theft Auto. The one that came out on the DSi, Chinatown Wars.
Yeah, Chinatown Wars.
Is probably the best top-down one.
Yeah, that one is pretty fun.
But yeah, Grand Theft Auto 1, I will concede though they probably should have did 2. Like, to me, I'm fine with that though. I love Grand Theft Auto 1. I do think it's the better of the two, but I know I'm in the minority there.
Yeah.
The letdown for me on this is I have it. I have like every version of Grand Theft Auto on the PlayStation 1.
Yeah, so do I.
But that's me. I mean, I know that's not everybody, so whatever. I'm still gonna play it.
And so then next we have Intelligent Cube, which I've never played, but it looks like a puzzle game.
It's actually not bad, Matt.
Okay.
I rented that game way back in the day. It's not bad if I remember correctly.
And then we have Jumping Flash, which I've never played before. Know nothing about it.
I know nothing about it, right? It's like the main thing all these articles mention. So maybe we'll learn something, Matt. I don't know.
Then Metal Gear Solid, which is a solid game. I mean, that's a really good game. That's one of my favorite Metal Gear Solids.
All right,
the very first one.
I'm going to step in here and crush dreams.
Okay.
First of all, how the fuck are you going to have Metal Gear Solid without an analog remote?
Oh, this doesn't have... Oh, shit.
You can play it. It's playable. Like, I might be exaggerating a little bit, but that's dumb because it was made to work with.
Yeah,
It's one of the first games. Like, the bundle that came with Metal Gear Solid had the fucking analog controller.
Holy shit! I completely forgot about that.
That's
Oh,
a
man.
huge oversight. In fact, I think it's the only game where it really would be nice to have that and Siphon Filter. Hold on, I'm skipping ahead, but really, there's only 2 games you really, really need it for, and that's one of them is Metal Gear. So that kind of is an oversight as far as I'm concerned. I don't know how playable Metal Gear Solid is. Me and EJ tried to play this like I don't know about a year ago on the regular PlayStation. It's difficult, and it's not difficult in the fact that it's a difficult game because I mean it's I remember it being perfectly challenging.
Yeah.
What I mean is coming from how we are used to seeing and controlling modern games. It is it takes a minute, bro. So I don't know when the last time you played it was.
I haven't played it since PlayStation 1 came out.
Okay, yeah, that's
but I
gonna
remember
be a
loving
shock
the hell
to your
out of it.
system. Me too, man. I mean, me and my buddy Sean played that game every day at his house. Like, but it is a shock to your system. So I think, I don't know, that one might be hard to deal with. But anyway, sorry, man. Continue.
True. Then Mr. Driller, which I assume is another puzzle game. I've never played it, so
Type Puyo Tetris looking shit.
Then we have Oddworld Abe's Odyssey, which I'm happy to see that because that's a really good platformer.
It is. From the pre-rendered graphics era of gaming. It's pretty cool.
Yep, and then we got Rayman, which Rayman's always a good platformer too.
On that. Nope.
Resident Evil 1 Director's Cut, which, you know, I understand why they didn't put Resident Evil 2 since they're remaking that game and it's coming out soon.
That's exactly why.
Yeah. So
Resident Evil Director's Cut made a big splash when it was out back in the day. I remember that was. I'm not super into Resident Evil, so I don't really care. But I do remember that one made a big splash when it was out.
Yeah, and then they're coming out with the first Persona game. I think this is the first one, right?
Pass.
Yeah. And then I know nothing about Ridge Racer Type 4. Is that any good? Because I know we just talked about Gran Turismo, but
it is. It's arcade though. It's not sim, and it's not what they're known for. But it's fun. You'll enjoy it. It's
so
good.
then that's probably why. So that's probably why they didn't do Gran Turismo then, because I forgot Gran Turismo is more of a sim. People are gonna want just something to pick up and quickly play.
I mean, no, because you have Grand Theft Auto, you have Persona, or not. Well, yeah, Grand Theft Auto. I mean, you can quick pick up, but it's a huge game. You have Metal Gear Solid. You have
but what other racer
you have
game?
Final Fantasy VII. Like those aren't pick up and play games.
But there's no racing game. Like as far as the other classics have gone, NES and Super Nintendo, there's been quick pickup racing games.
You're right. Okay, but all right, we've got Siphon
I would
Filter.
rather have Gran Turismo than this.
Okay, how about both? Because maybe lose one of the stupid puzzle games that's in here because you've got Siphon Filter, you've got Metal Gear Solid, arguably same genre. You've got Destruction Derby and you've got Twisted Metal, arguably same genre.
Get rid of Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo. What the fuck is that?
And throw Gran Turismo in there. That's what I'm saying. Like you make sense about the quick pickup in the other classic systems, but on the other hand, you didn't. I don't know. Anyways, Ridge Racer 4 is good. I can't knock it. I do like that game.
And then the Super Puzzle Fighter, pass.
Pass. Indeed.
Siphon Filter, really good fucking game. But Jesus Christ, is it so dated though?
It's bad. It's bad.
See, that's the thing. That's one of the reasons why I wasn't too excited about PlayStation Classic, because as much as I love some of these games, they're hard to go back to. It's exactly
what I was talking about.
Yeah, it's not like Nintendo and Super Nintendo where they're dated and all that, but they're pretty easy to go back to in terms of controls.
Painful. The only thing painful would be like that stupid 3D effects chip game that I have that's like Stunt Race FX or some shit like that. Like that's painful. But yeah, no, you're right. A lot of these they didn't age well. You're absolutely right.
No, they did not. Next, we have Tekken 3. Once again, why isn't it Tekken 2? It's still a good fighter. Tekken 3 is still a good fighter.
Yeah, I'm not knocking Tekken 3. I'll be happy to play that when it comes. It would have been nice to see 2.
Then we have Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six, which really solid shooter.
The first Rainbow Six too, isn't it? It's not even a port from the PC. It's similar to the PC game, but it was made for the PlayStation.
Yeah, really solid game.
I like that game. I'm actually excited for that.
Then we have Twisted Metal, which, again, why isn't it Twisted Metal 2? It's still a good game in its own right.
It's fine. It plays great. I mean, it's just, 2 is the superior one by far.
And then probably the only game that I'm excited for on this is Wild Arms. Wild Arms is such a good RPG.
Never played it.
Well, I mean, I say now that it was such a good RPG. It was good when I was a kid. So going back, I have no idea what my thoughts would be now. I'd have to look it up again. But yeah, so that is the American list of or the PlayStation Classic. I want to go over the Japanese list real quick, and not all the games, but just some of the games that why aren't they on the American PlayStation Classic?
Okay.
The first game I want to mention that is not on the American one is on the Japanese one is Parasite Eve. I don't know if you've ever played Parasite Eve.
I asked you about that game, and you said that it's phenomenal.
It is such a good RPG. It's it's I wouldn't say action RPG, but it's a non-traditional RPG type game that's set in the present, or at the time it was the present. And it's such a good game, man. Oh my god. I'm so disappointed that did not make it to the American one. And that game is not easy to find. I think it's on the PSN store for PS3, but
I see it out in the wild quite a bit. It's slightly less common than Final Fantasy VII. You see it there. If you see somebody with Final Fantasy VII and Final Fantasy IX, there's a good chance they're gonna have Parasite Eve too. It's like $20. It's not bad if you have a place. And honestly, an old school PlayStation is fucking $20-$30. So it's actually
I still need to get one.
Into.
I still need to pick one up one day.
Cheap to get into, dude. One of the cheapest systems by far.
Yeah, and then of course I want to mention Saga Frontier, another phenomenal RPG. That game is a bit dated to play now. It is a little bit rough on the eyes. I mean, I know Final Fantasy VII's rough on the eyes, but this one's a little bit rougher. But,
really? Oh, damn. Okay.
It's still a really fun RPG, or Japanese RPG. But I understand why the Saga Frontier didn't make it, because it wasn't as popular here in America. But Parasite Eve, I mean, at least from what I could tell, seemed a little bit more popular than Saga. And then the other games I wanted to mention were Arc the Lad 1 and 2, which
solid. I wish we were getting those.
Really good. If I remember correctly, they're tactical RPGs, right? Arc the Lad.
They are. Yep. I rented this game, and honestly, this might have been like the first RPG I played on PlayStation. No, Final Fantasy VII was, but damn close to it, for sure.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm starting to remember. Yeah. I think I've only ever played Arc the Lad 1.
Okay.
If I remember correctly, but yeah. I mean, I get why Arc the Lad 1 and 2 weren't on the American one, because those weren't that popular either. But the thing
would be a bomb here. Yeah.
Yeah. The thing with PlayStation is it has such a huge library of RPG games, right? And
it's the 32-bit RPG king. It stole it from Nintendo. Yeah.
I mean, why wasn't a game like Suikoden on any of the lists?
That's what everybody's saying too. And I fully expected the other RPG. When I heard Final Fantasy VII right away, I fully expected Suikoden to be the other one.
I mean, it's like 100%. It's got to be a licensing thing with Konami, because fuck them.
No, because Konami plays along, dude. They have games on here. That's what I don't understand. Like, and Konami did shit for the SNES Classic. Like, they're fine with. The only thing Konami does right nowadays is they aren't afraid to make money off their old shit, and they do relicense it pretty easily.
Yeah.
So, I don't know why that didn't make it on here. I'd like to point out Gradius made, like, why couldn't we get a fucking shooter?
Oh yeah, that's right. I wasn't even paying attention to that. Yeah, we didn't get a shmup at all.
I would really like to rearrange these lists and make my own custom blend.
If I had to choose, if I found a way to get the Japanese PlayStation Classic, I'd probably almost want to pick it up.
You can get it, Nin Game, or what's the other one? I'm blanking right now, but there's 2 Japanese importers you can get them from. You'll pay about
even better. I just thought of, obviously, when the PlayStation Classic gets hacked, this would be the only classic system that I probably enjoy hacking, because there's so many good PlayStation games out there that
I almost certainly will hack this one. I promise you. Once it happens, here's the thing though, people are speculating that because this isn't Nintendo, there's a good chance that they're going to allow you to buy packs and install future games on this. We won't know until we get hands-on with the hardware and the software. But they were saying that there's a chance that they might.
But where would you put it in?
Well, it's got a USB
It does?
slot. Yeah, the power's USB.
Yeah, but how would you?
It's same as a SNES or NES Classic.
No, I see. Oh, you mean like hook it up to your computer and add more stuff? Okay.
Right, like there'd be some type of like little download management thing through the PlayStation Store or something. And honestly, they're talking about streaming and how is PlayStation going to make the move to PC. I would not be surprised if this was part of that movement.
Maybe.
Now that being said, I don't know. The other camp of thought is that next year we'll get the Classic 2, and it'll have a lot of the games we were wanting, and it'll have the analog controllers, and they'll just scam everybody into buying it again next year. So
you'll get scammed into buying it. They'll put
Final Fantasy 7 on it again, and I'll buy it.
No, they'll put Final Fantasy 10 on there. Actually, no, not 10. They'll probably put 12. Blech.
Oh God, yeah.
No, 9 was PS1.
They probably would.
Not that 12 was bad. It's just if you had to choose between 10
no, they're
or
talking
12.
about PS1 Classic 2. Sorry.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, they don't. There's no way you're gonna emulate PS2 on something cheap right now.
Yeah, no, they'll bring out Final Fantasy 8, and then what other terrible PlayStation games? There's a whole bunch.
We'll get Twisted Metal 3.
Yeah. Tekken All Stars.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, I don't know, but they got Gradius. They got what else? Parasite Eve would be cool to have.
Yeah. So you got suckered into buying it. Definitely let us know.
I'm stoked. I am. Like, I'm talking a lot of shit, and it's just because I'm not as satisfied with what they're offering, but I'm still like, I'm happy to play Siphon Filter. I'm happy to play Rainbow Six, Tekken, Twisted Metal, Ridge Racer, Intelligent Cube is cool. Cool Borders. Like, these are, I'm happy to play all these games. So, so he's saying 12 is an underrated classic.
No,
going in the chat. Ooh, I don't know.
No, that's Kendra. It's not that 12 is bad. I really enjoyed my time with 12, but the story was essentially just Star Wars: A New Hope.
It is. You've explained this to me before, and you're right. Yeah, it is.
And the Empire. It's pretty much the original trilogy, if I remember correctly. And then it's the battle system wasn't bad, but I do eventually want to get the remastered edition on PS4 and give it another shot, because it's been years since I played it. But no, the best thing about 12, I will say this, Kendra, is what were they called? The monster hunts, I think they were, that you could do in the first city you go to. I can't remember the name of it at all.
Is that a play on Monster Hunter? Or are they like going after their shit?
It's sort of similar. Like, you would get bounties on certain monsters, and you'd have to go fight them and all that. Yeah.
So the answer is yes.
But it was a lot of fun though.
Interesting. Well, the other thing I want to bring up, I want to go super nerdy on this for just 1 second, and we can move on.
Okay.
The Classic is a great way, presumably, to play these games on a modern TV.
Oh, that's true. They're going to be all upscaled too.
Well, right, and it's going to be done by Sony. So again, this might even be the PS1 emulation solution that everybody's looking for.
Yeah.
So anyways, that's something to look forward to. Before we go to the last thing, I do want to the main thing rather, I do want to bring up that the N64 Classic / Mini was leaked. Maybe.
Yeah. It's all. I mean, they have some pictures on here. It's all very
pretty convincing pictures.
Yeah.
Well, and part of the manual, the PDF manual, is leaked, which leaked the games that were on it.
Yeah. Do we want to go over the games real quick of what was leaked?
The presumed games, because we don't know.
So we don't know 100% sure if these are the actual games, but just going over them real quick.
If they are, super disappointed.
19 games. 1080, was it 1080 snowboarding?
Yep.
I guess I'd say, which that's a fun
Decent.
snowboarding game.
Agreed.
Bomberman 64,
Not the best Bomberman.
No.
Not the worst. Certainly not the best.
No. Donkey Kong 64, pretty good game. Pretty good
Solid.
game.
Yeah.
Excitebike 64, never played it, so.
No, we had better shit on PlayStation at the time.
Okay.
It's okay.
Then we have F-Zero X, which I like that game. I'd rather have Extreme G than F-Zero X, but I understand this is Nintendo here.
Licensing. So Sony or Sega. No, I'm sorry, that was on the GameCube later on. Never mind. Sorry, moving on.
Okay. Kirby 64, which I've never played, but hey,
underrated. Super underrated.
Okay, so I'd be excited to play that game. Mario Golf, which I love that game. I played the hell out of it.
Yeah, super good.
Mario Kart 64, it's okay.
What?
No.
Are you kidding me right now?
It's probably one of the most popular Mario Kart games ever made.
Still tournaments to this day played of this shit, dude. Yeah.
Mario Party 2, which I understand why they couldn't bring the first one, but I'm glad they chose 2 because 2 was an excellent game. It was better
over
than
3.
Yeah,
really?
okay. Yeah, I like 2 over 3.
I could see that.
Mario Tennis, it's a really good game.
Solid. Yeah.
Solid game. Paper Mario, really solid RPG. Not as good as Mario RPG, but still really good. Pokemon Snap.
Can we talk about why everybody's on Pokemon Snap's dick all the time?
I mean, it's a fun game, but I'd rather have Pokemon Stadium than this.
It's a light gun game without a light gun.
Yeah.
Like, just I can't be into that, bro. I can't live that life. Like, I love Pokemon. I love light gun games. I don't like them when I don't have a light gun.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, like I said, it's okay. It's not a bad game. It's just.
I mean, they were making fucking bongos for Donkey Kong and shit at the time. Like, we couldn't get a fucking a camera that's a light gun. You know.
Yeah,
anyway,
right.
sorry. I've always felt that way, and this was my chance to get it out. Anyways, all right. Sorry.
Sin and Punishment. Never played that.
No
know
idea.
Nothing about it.
Yeah, me too.
Star Fox 64. Phenomenal game. Fucking love that game.
I like regular Star Fox better.
Really?
Yeah.
Going back and playing regular Star Fox is pretty hard compared to this. It's pretty painful.
It's painful. I know.
Mario 64, which classic, of course, that was going to be on there.
If they didn't, they should just hang up their Nintendo fucking lanyard and call it a day.
Yeah, and then they have both Zelda games, Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time, both really solid games.
Thank God too that they're going to do both. You know, I was worried about that.
Wave Race 64. Now I'm wondering how badly has this game aged, because I remember loving it as a kid.
Solid. I still play it. I still fucking play this game. I love
feels
this
pretty
game.
good.
In fact, it was a launch title, and it is probably one of the easiest to go back and play as far as graphics go. Okay. By far. It looks so good, and it's a launch title, and it just shows you that when people are around during the development of the hardware, what they can do. And the mechanics on this are great. The sequel that came out on GameCube is fucking trash. Okay. This is great, and I challenge any of our listeners to a fucking wave race. You name the track, everything. I fucking love this game. I play this. I have the emulator of it on the GameCube. I can play you on the GameCube controller. I can play you on the 64 controller. Like, you name it. Like, this is the shit. It holds up. It's probably one of the better holding up games on the console, Matt, to answer your question.
Okay. And then last but not least is Yoshi's Story, which it's not a bad game. It's just super easy. It was definitely made with little kids in mind. I mean, there's still some secret stuff you can unlock and all that, but it's not a very hard game at all. But it's a cute little Yoshi game.
Am I looking at this right, where it's got like the same kind of mechanics that Yoshi's Island has, like shooting shit?
Yeah, okay. But there's no Baby Mario.
That could be considered a plus.
Oh, a major plus, because fuck that shit.
Yeah. All right. Well, if it's true, I'll say this: the lineup is. We were worried a lot about the lineup on this, being that we knew there was no way GoldenEye was going to end up on it. If this is truly the launch lineup, it's stronger than the PlayStation Classics lineup.
Yes.
So, I don't know. We're getting pretty close to holiday season, Matt, and we haven't heard anything solid on this.
It's not going to be till next year.
Yeah, I was going to say I don't think
it's
going to
be E3.
Yeah, we'll probably hear about it. So keep that in mind. That might be something we see, and that's the lineup. I'm not super mad about it.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, Matt.
Should we go back into the main juice?
Let's do it. The main shit. I don't know. I'll come up with some clever Red Dead title or something for this episode, but Red Dead Redemption 2 bitches is what I put on the show notes. So Matt, you've played it. I've played it. We went and bought it together.
Yeah, we did actually. We held hands.
We're fucking nerds. I am absolutely in love with the game. I can't get enough. I can't wait to be done with this fucking podcast so I can go play it. To be 100% honest with you right now.
I haven't actually played it since Sunday and all that.
Oh my god.
I know.
Oh my god.
Pretty terrible.
What are you doing right now?
I'm talking to you. So
quit this fucking podcast. Nobody listens to this shit anyways. And go play Red Dead.
So I am not as obsessed with Red Dead as you would be. Like
you're not far enough into it.
No, well, no, I'm in chapter 2 on it, but I will say the first chapter, dear God, thank God I got past that part because I was almost regretting the game during that first chapter. Like I was seriously thinking about, fuck, did I make a mistake buying this?
Yeah, but you couldn't have because we've seen so much out of the game. Like all the shit that was lacking, you obviously knew you hadn't just gotten to yet.
Well, I didn't really follow the game as much as you did because I only really watched some of the trailers, but I didn't really know anything about the mechanics of the game or anything like that. I just knew it was, okay, it's going to be similar to Red Dead Redemption 1, right?
Right. No, I knew there was a lot more to come. I just was like, fuck, when am I going to get to like do what I want? You know what I mean? That was more my thought in the opening.
And I will say this, and without any spoilers, and I know you're further in the game than I am, but so far right now, now that I'm in chapter 2, the gameplay has gotten a lot better. I've been enjoying the actual world, but I will say the main character Arthur, I don't give two shits about him. I feel like he is a scumbag piece of shit when you compare him to John Marston, where John Marston felt more likable right away.
Right away.
Yeah.
So you're not the first person to bring this up, and I certainly have felt the same way. What it is, everybody says he's really slow. They break you into him slower than they should have. Everybody that plays it through to completion ends up really liking him.
That's what I figured.
It takes a long time, whereas you're right with John Marston. And something, it's not really a spoiler. John Marston is in the game.
Yeah.
They shit on him pretty bad. They treat him like, I mean, I guess because he's a younger guy in the gang or whatever.
Because this is 12 years before.
12 years before.
Yeah.
But man, they, even his old lady shits on him, and it's like, man, don't do that. Like this was my fucking dirtbag hero of 2008 or whatever, or 9 or whatever it was.
I think it came
10.
out. Yeah,
this is my dirtbag hero of then. Like, don't shit on him, and they really are, man.
And you can see why he fucking betrayed the gang like he did in the first game.
Yeah, they treat him like shit, man. He is considered a senior member of the gang, like from what I can tell, because like I just had my first mission with him.
Yeah,
and like he's allowed to like figure out and pull jobs and stuff. So like he's but they still. Like even his old lady Abigail shits on him, and I'm just like, kind of like, can we not like?
That's
like
my boy.
You could have had the game without doing that, But which I guess it just adds to show you how much Marston came along in his own right over those 12 years or whatever. But Arthur, supposedly you like him a lot better as it goes on.
That's what I figured.
I'm starting to like him better. What I like better about the game that if you stick with it, Matt, you're going to experience.
Oh no, I am. It's just
okay.
I have a hard time playing games like Red Dead during the week because I have such a limited time to play games, and that's why I usually wait for the weekend.
You want a long session to sit down with it, and that makes total sense. I get that. So when you start upgrading things, when you get a better horse, when you upgrade your guns, when your shit starts leveling up, when you figure out what to do with the camp and all that, and like you realize how much more efficient it is to make the camp better. like you start to really like the game. Like you have so many goals set in your head, and you just start going to them. And the game is a motherfucker, like Grand Theft Auto or Red Dead before it. The side shit sucks you in.
Yep,
Like,
I've already experienced that where
it happens right away.
yeah.
As soon as it lets you out of the snow.
And
like,
there's a
it's
lot of side shit that opens up too,
a lot.
where you don't even realize it may not be on the map, but you'll freaking find someone on the side of the road saying, "Hey, get this horse off me and take me home," type
And
shit.
what I found is helping them is super beneficial. People that are bit
Yeah.
by snakes tend to, when you see them somewhere later on, like I saved a guy that was bit by a snake and didn't even think anything else of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was in town walking by the gunsmith and he's hollering out at me and I can tell he's talking to me. I was like, all right, let's see what this asshole has to say. And I go over and talk to him and I give him the positive response and he wants to buy me a gun
Hell yeah.
for helping him. And it's like, it's really crazy because like if I wasn't paying attention when I walked by, I wouldn't have caught that.
Yeah.
And I would have missed out. So like I got the long range rifle, the first, like the beginner rifle that you can get for free basically. So, which is a big help because money's kind of hard in the beginning, you know?
Yeah, it is.
I don't have a secret. I'm 30% through the like overall completion of the game, which I could be farther in the story for that 30%. I've done a lot of side shit.
Yeah.
Basically what I've been trying to do, one of the main things, Matt, is figure out the key to making money. Where like the old game was you just murdered a bunch of animals and sold the pelts. This isn't that answer in that game. In this game, they've changed it up. I still don't know. It seems to be right now the best way for me to make money is to do main story missions.
Maybe
I'll figure
other
it out.
things will unlock to where it'll
Yeah.
make things easier. But I will say probably one of the funny experiences that I had in the game, and I think I told you this, was I was doing that side mission to where you have to find the 4 people to talk about old boy Jim Calloway
Oh,
or
yeah.
whatever.
Yep.
And
Yep.
I was going to the swamp to find Black Belle, the one lady.
Yep.
And it started raining or whatever, or started getting dark, and I see some guy on a horse fall off the horse and say like, "Oh, I'm super sick. I need you to take me to my doctor." And I'm all like, "Fuck this shit. I don't trust you, motherfucker." So I put him out of his misery. I'm like, "Boom, fuck you."
You're extra murderous from what you've told me that you've played so far.
Well, okay, so I get to the camp, right? And then they tell me, "Hey, go to Valentine and all that stuff, the first town." And I'm like, "Okay, cool." So I'm going there with my horse. I'm going not super fast, but relatively fast. And I collide into someone, and I'm like, "Oh shit, what the fuck?" And the guy starts yelling at me, so I basically punch him to death, and then I'm like, "Yeah, fuck you," and all that
I
shit.
punched him to death.
And then I guess I accidentally looked at his horse and press O to punch as well. So I punched his horse and the horse kicked me. Some guy on a wagon saw me, so I chased him down with the wagon.
Witness. Yeah, witnesses show up. Yeah.
And so I chased him down. I lassoed him, hogtied him on some train tracks, and that was before I even got to the first town. So
I can't remember. I hogtied somebody and left him, and I can't remember what Arthur said, but he said something really fucking cold to the guy. Like the game is pretty surprising sometimes. Like it was something like hang out there, or I don't remember what it was. Like the train will be by soon or something. It was I don't know. Like it was super cold blooded, but it was fucking funny. Yeah, the side shit is interesting. You have to kill the witnesses, Matt. You can't have survivors. They talk. Loose lips sink ships. You have to murder the witnesses.
I know.
You have to. This game is a lot harder from a shooting aspect.
Yeah, it feels stiffer. It feels very stiff. I've had to loosen the I've had to turn the sensitivity up on the controls to.
I think I'm gonna do it
because I had to because it felt way too much like I'm moving a fucking old man to try to shoot a gun.
You're 100% accurate. I think it's to force you to use the Deadeye more.
Yeah, I've definitely noticed that, and I don't like it. And to use the auto aim a lot more too.
Fuck the auto aim, because it never aims them on the head, and they sometimes they're bullet sponges or they get back up.
Yeah.
Like it's headshots, man. I think I'm gonna change the settings on that, but I did upgrade my Deadeye so you can paint targets now instead of it auto painting them, which is annoying. So that happens fairly early on. So the shooting is way harder. So like there's a mission where you have to You have to steal an oil tanker, like horse and carriage. It's like an oil tanker, before they had tanker trucks. And I'm not gonna. All right, I'm not gonna give away how to do it because that's part of the fun. But there's the oil refinery where they're at. Don't try to take on those guards. There's so many of them. There is no winning, dude. There is, and maybe later on when you're like super powered up and you have badass guns and you have your dead eye last for 30 minutes straight. But there is no fucking way you can beat. I tried for like an hour the other night to clean that place out.
Oh wow.
And the problem is with the witness system, some of the guards and the people that work at the refinery run away and go get the law. So that's another thing I want to talk about. The way that works on this game is a lot more like Grand Theft Auto 5. It's a lot quicker to escalate how wanted you are.
Oh, and is it? I've only been
people,
wanted once, and it was I got away pretty quickly though.
Oh no, yeah. So be leery of that. It's gonna turn shitty real quick.
Okay.
And what's gonna happen is as soon as it's officially reported, you're fucked. You have a bounty, and it will go up so fast. I had like a $300 bounty out of nowhere, like in one whole territory. And when that happens, when your bounty's that high, when it's low, like $25-$50, like you might get some guys, like 3 guys come after you and you can lay them out and go about your business.
Yeah.
When you get like 300 or dead or alive, which is like the highest level,
yeah,
you can't even be on the regular trails.
Oh shit.
They will find you. Like the only way to avoid them is to not go on the trails. You
got that high?
It's going to happen in the story.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I won't tell you how, when, or why, but there's a part that's like that. Yeah. And what I learned quickly is stay the fuck off the road. They won't come to you then.
That just reminded me of so did you do that side mission where you had to find the 4 people?
Yeah, I did all of them. I found them all.
I really liked and this is what surprised me with one of the missions, the one where you have to go find the Mexican guys in the snow.
Yep.
I was really surprised that when I went to go see him, when I first went to the camp, I greeted them just like a normal greeting, and then all of a sudden they wanted to kill me. So
they didn't want to, yeah.
So then I died during that because I didn't have any cover at the time, and so then I go back there and I antagonize them. They're like, "Oh, okay, yeah, go see the boss," and I'm like, "What the fuck?"
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's little shit like that really surprises me with the game. Where
did he give up a story and a picture to you when you did it that way, when you talked to him, or did you have to murder him?
No, I still had to murder the main guy, but his minions were like, okay, fuck him, go talk to him. Because I was being an asshole to him. So.
Oh, I didn't realize that. I had to get in a gunfight with all of them.
Yeah, I thought that's what was going to happen. So I was getting prepared to get into a gunfight.
You're going to be an asshole. Then I'm going to be an asshole.
Yeah.
The asshole is here, motherfucker. All right. Yeah.
And then they're like, so I'd be an asshole to them. They're like, oh yeah, you're cool, bro. Go see the guy.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a little shit like that I'm starting to notice that I'm really liking, and just how. They must. I can't imagine the amount of just programming that went into the NPCs, where just
the if-then statements are insane for even the simplest NPC, dude.
I know. I can't imagine the if-then statements for that.
Oh man. So I guess so. Another thing to talk about is speaking of making positive or negative remarks. I first was trying to be a complete asshole. No, I'm sorry. I was trying to be nice. I was trying to be good because you have there's like a balance.
Yeah, there's like an honor system, isn't there?
Yeah, so I was trying to be good. Well, I was there was one of those like side pop-up missions where dude was getting robbed by 2 assholes, and I just kind of sat back and let him do it. And like nothing happened. They left me alone because I didn't interfere or whatever, and they rode away.
That. I fucking kill those bastards when I see
normally
that.
I do, but I didn't in this instance because I wanted to see like what if, like what's the what if statement on this. So one of them was a marshal apparently, and when I went to loot his body, it gave me negative points.
Oh shit!
Like how the fuck was I supposed to know? So like how's
that your fault?
I know. So what happens is like I need money in this game. So like I loot everything, everybody. Like
Yeah.
if somebody else gets into a fight like in town and they get laid out, I loot them. And half the time it gives you a negative fucking rep point. So I can't even, and then like you do missions and like you help people because it's going to give you a reward and you go back positive. I can't get out of the middle. Like no matter what I'll set my mind where I'm going to just be a dick. Oh, no, I'm going to be good. Doesn't matter.
I wonder if it's because you're still too early in the game, maybe?
I don't know, man. I feel like I'm pretty well underway at this point. Like I should be able to have made a choice.
Are you still in chapter 2, or what chapter are you in?
I guess it is because of the main story missions. I guess it, yeah, it is chapter 2 still because I haven't gotten a new camp yet. But I've done so much in chapter 2. Like I don't really have much else to do. Like when I play tonight, I'm gonna finish probably the last mission of chapter 2. But there's no more side missions left to do in chapter 2. Like I did everything.
Yeah, I'm trying to avoid doing any kind of main mission. The main missions are the yellow ones, right?
Right.
I'm trying to avoid doing those as much as I can and work on side missions and strangers. And then, of course, I'm trying to hunt because I want to upgrade my satchels and all that shit. And and then, of course, get money. I'm glad I finally unlocked poker. And now I'm like, fuck, I need to go find more poker games and then play 20 hours of poker while you get mad at me for not progressing in the story. Because that's exactly what happened with Red Dead 1. You got so mad at me. I'm like, dude, I can't help it. I got addicted to the Texas Hold'em.
I just want to talk to you about the story, and you're like, yeah, whatever. I'm gonna go home and play poker.
I don't know what happened with me in that game. I just got sucked into the poker, and I couldn't stop for like a week.
I get it, dude. Like, because there's that mission that you have to play poker. You know,
yeah.
In this,
it's fun listening to the people talk too. I think that's part of why I got so sucked into it.
It'll let you skip. I didn't skip any of it.
Yeah,
I kept listening.
I want to hear the banter of it. It's really entertaining sometimes.
Yeah, I totally agree.
So some of the, I do want to talk about some of the negative things that I feel about the game, and it's not that these are, like I said, the first chapter, I was seriously starting to regret the game, but I'm glad it picked right back up as soon as you left. Because if it didn't leave soon, I was gonna be like, okay, I can't play this right now. But I'm glad I stuck with it. But I will say one of the things that I don't like is how, and I get it because they're trying to do this for immersion, is everything feels so fucking slow sometimes, where looting a body feels slow.
Skinning animals, dude.
Skinning animals feels slow. Picking up ammo from your camp, you know, when you get the resupply of ammo and medicine.
Oh, how about you can't run around the camp?
You
can't run.
That I don't mind too much, but it's still fucking slow.
It's intentional.
Yeah.
You know that they said it was. Like they're like things were slower back then, they'll be slower in the game. Like they're like, it's intentional. We're gonna make you experience the game.
Yeah, and I get it. I understand where they're coming from with it, but sometimes I'm like, you know, if I'm in a gun, like I just do a side mission where I'm in a gunfight with 20 people, I kill them all, great. Now I got to spend, 10 minutes to loot all these 20 bodies that are scattered within a, huge circle here.
In the game's defense, the first Red Dead was like that, though.
It was, but I don't know, something about it just makes it feels slower in this one.
Yeah, I agree. It is, and that would be. Sometimes I like it. Sometimes I like that it makes me experience it and the immersion. And you know what? Sometimes it works, but other times it's just in my way. Like
every time I wake up in the morning and I need ammo or medicine and all that stuff. Or great, now I got to spend 10 minutes to fumble around because you got to make sure Arthur points at the correct ammo that you want to get or the correct bottle and all that shit. You're like, fucking shit, and you're having to twist them around and all that shit. It's just
What if you haven't fucked with the ledger and everything, and you haven't refilled your stuff?
Yeah.
Have you unlocked the ledger yet?
Mm-hmm.
Like where you can edit? Okay, yeah. So it's like that's another step. Yeah, I know. I'm kind of torn on that whole situation. I like that it's a cheap way to refill your supplies. It's cheap, certainly cheaper than going and buying them.
It is.
But it's at the cost of your time. So. Yeah. While we're talking about negative stuff, Matt, have you experienced any slowdown on the Pro?
I have maybe. I wish it told me how many hours I've played, because if I had to guess, it'd be between 5 to 10 hours. and I cannot recall any time that I've experienced any slowdown on the PS4 Pro.
I could count on all my digits, fingers and toes, how many times it slowed down on the regular one. Like bad, like choppy, like slow-mo.
When is it slowing down for you?
It's when it has to load a bunch of shit that's active or a really intense environment.
What about when you're in a gunfight?
No, actually, no, it hasn't. It hasn't. Okay. It's handled that well, so I guess it's not the end of the world. And what I've noticed is you can stop. Like a lot of times, like I'll be riding a horse or something when it'll do it. If I stop for a second, it fixes it. It comes back around. It's like when it's trying to do what I'm doing with the riding and do something else, like it seems to, and that's kind of a problem. And I'm not being a snob, like a PC Master Race snob. Like, I mean, like it's dropping below 30. But it's noticeable.
You're noticing.
Dude, it's stuttering, like, and lagging and shit. Like, it's not cool.
Because I know something like Breath of the Wild on the Switch, it'll stutter and lag in certain places.
I would take what it does in that over this.
Oh, man.
For sure.
I do remember watching Digital Foundry's graphic comparison thing, and they did talk about that. And they did mention the PS4 Pro sometimes dips down to like 28 frames per second.
Whoa, in 4K?
Yeah, in 4K, but it's only like when there's a high or a lot of things that has to load, but I haven't noticed any drop at all. Like, because going from 30 to 28 isn't that noticeable.
No, not at all. And honestly, you could even almost, this game looks good in 1080p. You could almost just run it in that mode. And
can I actually change that?
I don't know. I think so. I don't know.
I'll have to check because I didn't even check that. But I do remember them saying the PS4, the regular one, can sometimes dip down to 22 frames per second.
It was probably less than that I've experienced.
Ooh, damn.
Matt, it's like bad. Like something's wrong. You're like, is this an NES doing slowdown? You know what I mean? Like what's happening right now? So yeah, it felt like slowdown, I guess is the best way to describe it, which I've never experienced on a modern console. Not even on PS3. I never saw that happen. So, and in fact, PS3 got better as time went on. Like the games came out where they looked better as you expect, but they also performed well. And this isn't happening, and I don't know if this is like an Apple type dickhole move to push you towards their Pro hardware or to get you off of this hardware when the new shit comes out, like planned obsolescence. There we go.
We can't talk.
We know words.
What are words
talk
anyway?
Words real good. Yeah.
Hey, partner. How you doing?
Howdy.
Howdy, partner.
So yeah, man. So it's
that's pretty disappointing to hear because Jazzy, she has a regular PS4 and she's been interested in Red Dead, and I might let her play it, when I'm done with it, but
it's playable and I'm gonna play the shit out of it. I mean, it hasn't ruined it, but I don't like it. She's probably not gonna notice or care, man. To be honest with you.
So how come you haven't upgraded to a Pro yet?
Because I bought other things.
You could cancel that $100 PlayStation Classic, trade in your PS4 for a Pro.
What are you saying to me right now? I don't understand these words, Matt. I have an extensive console collection. I can't reduce the amount.
Sure you can.
No, I wouldn't do that because I would probably do like what you did. I would donate the PS4 to the kid.
Yeah.
And
that's why I kept
he loves
it.
PlayStation.
Yeah.
So I would probably do that. Actually, I had my father-in-law offer to buy it from me because he wants to play Red Dead. Because that's like the only video game he plays.
Mm-hmm.
So he offered to buy it from me. So it would have been cheaper to go get the Pro. But truthfully, I'll probably get a Pro when the next gen comes out. Like when the next gen comes out and I have it for a while, I'll probably get a Pro because they'll be like nothing. They'll be like $100, and that will be my go-to PS4 system for playing backwards shit.
Now, do you plan on getting a PS5 when it first comes out?
Pretty much, yeah.
I when I think back to when I first got the PS4, I think I got it relatively early, didn't I?
We both did because
Yeah.
we bitched about there wasn't a lot of games, and
Yeah.
we ended up buying Grand Theft Auto 5 again.
What the first game I got was Last of Us Remastered, which I enjoyed the hell out of. But
Great game.
I think this time with the PS5, I may wait a little bit, even though I say that, and I'm probably gonna get it when it first fucking comes out anyway. But there has to be a really good game for me to want it, that early.
I'm just so used to, in the gaming world, being on top of what's happening that I think it would drive me absolutely insane to not know for like a year.
Well,
I mean, I used to do it fine. I didn't get a PS3 until the Slim came out.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
I think I was the same way because I didn't get a fat PS3. I waited till the Slim.
Yeah.
Wait,
me
no. I got a PS3 whenever Modern Warfare 2 came out is when I got a PS3 because I played the hell out of Modern Warfare 1 on my friend's PS3.
Was that the revision of the fat?
Maybe.
Because they made like 3 revisions. That might have been like the last one of them or something, which basically was a Slim.
Yeah, I think so. Because I definitely don't have a fat one.
All right. So
got this fat blunt rolled up. Yo, bro. Holla at your boy.
Shout out blunts. So, yeah, I don't know. I really don't want a launch console either. But
I mean, I really wanted the Switch at first, but I couldn't swing the money at the time. I had to wait until a few months later for the Switch.
Yeah, I mean, but you still have the same version as a launch version, though.
Yeah, I'm getting that Switch Pro if it comes out because.
Yeah, see, that's where we differ. I probably won't.
I will because of cats.
Oh, you haven't told that. You haven't said that on the show yet.
So before we get back into Red Dead, so my Nintendo Switch, I go to play it one day, and it looks like one of the cats were chewing on it right on the screen. Just have bite marks all along the top of it. Now it's noticeable, but the Switch isn't inoperable in any way. It's just I didn't
even notice it while we were playing on the plane.
I mean, I see it all the time, and it bothers me.
I'm sure.
And I was so fucking pissed, bro. I wanted to kill the cats.
You were livid. You were like, I guess I'm just gonna give the Switch to whoever.
Well, no, I'm gonna when the Switch Pro comes out, I'm gonna buy that, and then the kids can have that Switch and do whatever the fuck they want with it. I mean, they've already taken over the Wii U. I don't even touch the Wii U anymore, even though there are some games on the Wii U I'd still like to play. But I'm like, fuck it, whatever. They'll probably re-release them on the Switch anyway, which they've done a lot of.
They almost certainly will, yeah.
But so I guess getting back into Red Dead, so that's surprising about the frames per second issue that you're having, the FPS.
It sucks. And, I'm not happy.
The only other kind of negative thing that I can say, God, the slowness of it sometimes gets to me. But other than that, I can't think of anything. Now, I don't feel this is a perfect 10-10 game.
I would agree.
I would say, at least for right now, as of I'm saying this, I give it probably a 9 out of 10 right now.
Oh, I thought you were going to go lower. Okay.
No.
Wow, that's high praise from you, my friend.
And like I said, it's the first chapter. If the first chapter wasn't so fucking terrible, I probably would have given it a 10 out of 10. Like I said, and I'm not alone in that feeling either, because I read elsewhere a lot on Reddit that other people were like, fuck, is this game terrible? Did I buy the wrong game or something? And I'm like, holy shit, I'm not alone, because I was seriously
in the words of Michael Jackson, you are not alone. I am here with you. No, I agree. I was not I didn't mind the story being built up, but every bit of it sucked. I agree. It was too slow. I don't like, the slowness. There's times I don't mind it and I get what they're doing, and there's times where it's super in my way. I don't like the bounty. They're so quick to put a high bounty on you when it's so hard to make money. I think that's detracting from the game. Like, I'm constantly feel like I'm trying to pay off a bounty. Vic, I was talking to Vic. He's been playing the shit out of it.
That's right.
He had Saturday off the day after it came out. He got up extra early in the morning so he could play it all day dude, he played that shit all day. Like, I mean, all day.
Yeah.
And he's pretty far. So I think he's like boss mode now with his weapons and abilities and everything. But like he said, he doesn't even bother to pay his bounties now. He just murks fools as they come up to him.
Actually,
he has a bounty everywhere.
Actually, I think I would take it back. I don't think I've played the game since Saturday because the past few days since I'm getting ready to go to Georgia for a Magic tournament, I've been so sucked into Magic the past few days where I've been working on my decks and all that shit.
I'm guessing when you get back from Georgia, you're going to have a couple days off from work. I can expect you're going to be playing the game.
Oh yeah, because I'm not gonna, because every time I go to one of these Grand Prix and I play Magic for 48 hours straight, I don't want to look at a Magic card for like a few days.
Right.
Like, I'm sick of Magic right now. That's how I'm gonna feel.
Oh, good. So you'll super be into this.
Yeah, because I do want to play more, but like I said, I have a hard time playing this type of game for a short session because, like I said, during the weekdays I play for maybe less than an hour.
So can I just say you gave it a 9 out of 10, and for you, first of all, you're very hard to please. Like,
oh yeah.
I mean, I don't think that you're unreasonable. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. Like your scale is weighted heavier than others, but also the fact that from what you've told me about playing it so far, I really didn't expect you to give it a 9 out of 10, which really fucks my scale up because I was gonna give it a 9 out of 10.
Well,
and I thought I was being a dick.
No, and you're right. It's like I said, and this is just where I'm at in the game so far. It's now my rating could change if I get further in the game or if I beat the game because
you don't have much room to go though. Like at a 9 out of 10. I mean, I'm at a 9 now because of the few issues that it has, with the expectation that I'm really going to love it even more as it goes on, and I'll raise it to a 9.5. I will not give it a 10.
Now, I'm almost afraid that, and I say for right now it's a 9 out of 10 because of really where it takes us in the story. I know nothing about what's going to happen in the story and all that, but I really, really hope there's no section like Mexico in Red Dead Redemption 1 in this game, because I did not enjoy Mexico one bit in Red Dead Redemption 1. It felt so rushed, and the whole landscape was extremely boring in Mexico that I was just rushing through that part of the game.
It was a lot of the same as far as the biome is concerned down there. I agree.
And then when we got to Grizzly Hills and Blackwater and all that, the game just went. It was like a It was like you
didn't like the whole resistance and the corrupt military battle thing that was going on in Mexico. I thought that was kind of cool.
It was okay, but it felt like such a detraction from the main story.
It completely was.
It felt useless.
Tacked on.
Yeah.
I agree. I still liked it. Like, it was told well, but it was rushed in the fact that I felt like I was constantly like riding between the three towns that were down there.
Yep. Exactly
constantly.
That. Yes.
Like, the missions were even like hang with this with this horse and carriage, and they would just talk the whole way to like the farthest town in Mexico,
Yep. And it was like, as soon as I got out of Mexico, I don't think I ever went back unless I had to for a side quest or some shit like that. And then
I'm with you.
And then as soon as Grizzly Hills got unlocked, I started loving Red Dead 1 again. And I really hope there's nothing like that in Red Dead 2, because that will affect the way I feel about the game.
I don't think so. If I was gonna suspect anywhere, it would be that swamp area. To answer, so something a lot of people didn't know, and the game's been out now, so you probably do, and if you know this, I'm sorry, but Matt, I don't know if you do. This is why I'm bringing it up. The entirety of the old map is part of this map, except for Mexico. Yeah. For sure, it is. Like, I saw somebody's screen cap of the map, and apparently there's a lot to do out there. So it's huge, because the new area looks like it's like twice the size of that area.
Fucking hell, I feel like I've barely explored anything in the map.
Yeah, I mean, you can't go there right now because Blackwater, you came from there, where you're at in the story. So like, you can't go to the old part yet, but it's there, and apparently you're going to spend some time over there. But yeah, so. Back to what you're saying. So, I expect to give it a 9.5, but it could change. It could go negatively. And I don't think there's anything like that Mexico area, but it might be the swamp area, if anywhere.
I guess we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to play more and
For
report
sure.
back.
Yep.
So, man, I think that is about does it.
Oh, one
Or
thing we
what
should have
else?
brought up. We don't have to talk about it, but I just want to bring it up. Is that it looks like we are going to get a high end Genesis Classic. They fired at games, and they're gonna make a legit bid at it.
Oh,
I,
okay. So like the PlayStation Classic and all that.
Right, and the N64. I just feel I completely forgot about it till I was just reading, and we did talk about the other two, so I want to bring this up. This is confirmed. This isn't like hopes and dreams. Like this is like public knowledge. They got rid of at games. The next one is going to be legit. They have a lot to do with it. Sega does. So really good Genesis Classic on the way. Finally, thank God.
Sweet.
Yeah. So I'm stoked about that. Yep. But that's it. That's all I wanted to bring up.
All right, man. I don't have anything else to bring up. Where can people find you at?
Me? Oh, Matt, they can find me on the tweets on the show's Twitter handle at VCR Gaming. You could shout at me directly if you want at Killabees2T on Twitter. You can also find me. I think that's it. Matt, where can they find you?
They can find me on Twitter at Magic with Zuby. I got rid of my at Zubatron account because I was just never using it anymore. And I was just mainly on my Magic with Zuby, and that's where you can chat with me about anything. It's mainly Magic the Gathering, but I also talk about other random shit too.
You talk about all kinds of shit on there. Yeah. Totally. Yep.
And then you can also find us on Twitter. Our official podcast Twitter is at VCR Gaming. We need to start using that more. We suck.
I know.
You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/VCR Gaming, on Instagram at VCR Gaming. You can email us with any questions at vcrgamingpodcast@gmail.com, and our website, vcrgamingpodcast.com. I think it just forwards to our shout engine.
All the episodes, baby, and all the descriptions and all their glory, and our sweet logo up the top looking like Mega Man. Yeah.
And I think that's about it.
That is it, sir. If there is nothing else, then I bid you adieu because I have to go play Red Dead.
And I have to go to sleep and drive to Georgia.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, everybody.
All right. And have a great night.